So let's talk about taking risks. I think Zimbabweans are very familiar with the statement, "Naombo riska." So Naombo riska today, I want to talk to you about taking risks. And this is one thing that I want you to realize. Life is all about risk. And this is the thing that we need to learn to be comfortable. Life is all about risks. And you are where you are in life because of the quality of risks you took. And you're also where you are because of the risks you avoided. And I want you to notice one thing. When I talk about be daring, being a person of Zurindi, it doesn't mean doing things carelessly. No. It's being able to sit down and to take calculated risks. And this is one thing that I've learned in life. If you're not willing to take calculated and deliberate risks, you're not going to grow. Personal development at any level requires you to be able to constantly challenge your comfort zones. And when you confront your comfort zones, you need to realize that your comfort zone is actually a very good place, not necessarily a bad place. But the only problem with your comfort zone, this is a place where nothing actually grows. And I want you to notice one thing. You can actually be in the same place for a long time. You can be doing something so well for the longest period of time, and you can actually be appearing to be making some form of success. That becomes your comfort zone. But I want you to get a point where you sit down, confront your comfort zone, and you realize you're actually not making progress. And once you realize that you're actually not making progress, you begin to confront that. And that requires you to learn to have humility, to enable you to have courageous conversations. And a number of us, and this is the point that I want to emphasize, we have perfect explanations for where we are right now. We have perfect explanation to justify our financial state. We have perfect explanation to justify our relationships. Perfect explanations to justify why so many things are not working in our lives. But this is the point. You can have brilliant excuses, but that's not going to excuse you from failure. So it's one thing to explain why you're not doing certain things, but it's another thing to actually take action. And this is the reason why I want you to get to the mode where you realize, no, not so many things are really in my favor, but I'm going to do something about it. Not so many things are really working the way that I want. I'm going to do something. Strife was said something that I think is quite profound. He says, as entrepreneurs, we do not fight the conditions, but we fight in the conditions. And this is the mindset that I want many of us to really wear, where we realize that we need to learn to improve ourselves. We need to learn to refine ourselves and begin to say, how can we grow regardless of the environment? And it requires Zurindi. As those guys, the four lepers, everything was against them. The conditions were against them, but they refused to die. And that's what I want to encourage you. Refuse to die. Yes, we're in a highly inflationary environment, depending with where you're watching us, but refuse to die. Yes, we're in an environment where many things are not necessarily working the way that you want, but refuse to die. Be the person who is willing to take that risk. Take that step. Try that business. Try that phone call. Try to reach out to that particular person. Try to penetrate that new market. Try then that new idea, because you never know if it's going to work until and unless you try. That requires taking Zurindi. In order for us to be doing what we're doing right now, we actually have to be daring as well, because you may as well just speak out. But we realized it's better to try and fail than to try to do nothing and succeed at it. And this is what I think many people are doing. We're failing by default because we are so much afraid of failing to an extent that we don't even try at all, in which case we fail automatically because we're not taking that shot. And that's what I want to encourage you in 2024. Be daring one more time. Try something new, try something different, and constantly be getting yourself out of your comfort zone and going to that place where you begin to learn, going to that place where your mind begins to be opened, going to that place where you begin to realize that you need to start thinking differently. And once you begin to do that, guess what? You will realize new and better results. Always remember, nothing is going to happen until you happen. Nothing is going to change until you change. Action triggers action. Action is the seed. If you do nothing, and nothing is going to happen. What are you waiting for? Join the train. These are people who are saying I have nothing to lose. Do something different. Do something. You have lost nothing. Remember, if you go and try to do that project and it doesn't work, remember one project. That should be the strength that should drive you to do something. I told myself, I'm going to start speaking. If people are not inspired, I'm going to get also inspired. And that literally changed my life. I'm going to go on stage. I'm just going to be my best. If people like it, good. If they don't, oh, good. Because I've done my part. And I'm saying, do that thing. 2024, Igorere Zvinti. And those people are going to believe that Igorere Zvinti, they're going to do something about their lives. You're going to experience some phenomenal results. Hoping that these conversations are inspiring you. My name is Arthur Marara, and you're watching our series, Ask Arthur. Looking forward to hosting you in the next conversation.